It's the Final Four. It's gotten serious, and everyone knows that when things get serious, you got to take it outside. We are outside. We're at Tommy Trojan talking about the Final Four and much, much more. The water cooler is coming up next. Sports met the great outdoors. Yes, that's right. The water cooler and water cooler talk outside starts right now. All right, guys, so we are out here and we're outside, and it's exciting. And it's taken a lot of hard work from a lot of producers and a lot of people at Trojan Vision to make this happen. But we're back outside. It's really a bit of a celebration when we make it outside here. Mother Nature, how are we feeling today?
Second year of doing this, I am pumped out of my mind. We don't have Lopez this time, but
I know, what a shame.
It's gonna be an incredible show.
Yeah, first ever for me, and I think actually last ever, unfortunately. A couple of us graduating.
Yeah.
So, but it's a great feeling outdoors. Tommy Trojan, nothing better.
Nothing better.
The icon.
And stunning development. 70 degrees and perfect today.
Yeah, a little bit windy. A little bit windy.
Yeah, we're battling the elements. Battling the elements out here. I'll tell you who is a team that a lot of people don't think is going to have to battle much this year, the New York Yankees. Opening day reactions, guys. We know there was a star that stole the headlines. This team looked great. Anything else maybe from opening day that caught your eye, or was that really it, Trevor?
I mean, the Yankees obviously are an eye-catching team. They have Gary Sanchez, Aaron Judge, and of course Stanton, who launched 2 home runs on the debut. But also the Braves with a big 3-run walk-off home run on opening day. Nick Markakis.
Yep.
That really caught my eye for sure. Maybe the Braves are up to something. I don't know.
For me, I got to go with my hometown Cubbies right now. Anthony Rizzo, a former Stoneman Douglas baseball player out of Florida, hitting a home run in Florida, dedicating it to the survivors.
Very cool.
Unbelievable. And the Cubs right now, they're looking very hot. Ian Happ on the very first pitch of the MLB season took it out. Right now,
they're your World Series pick, you'd say?
They're my World Series pick right now, right here.
I'm sticking with the Yankees. I'm sticking with the Yankees.
Okay.
I think the lineup is too talented. There could be a sophomore slump for Aaron Judge. I can definitely see that happening. But overall, they're too much of a complete team. I think they've got it in the bag.
Were you surprised that Stanton came out of the gates that quickly?
Oh, of course. Anytime you start your debut game with a new team with 2 home runs, you can never anticipate that. It was incredible to see.
It was multiple Springer dingers on opening day. Always welcome New York with a really, really special player. I don't know, we'll see. I think the Yankees right now, it's hard to see how they lose more than just a handful of games, Keith. I mean, it looks like they are overshadowing the rest of the league after opening day.
You have 2 of the best power hitters in the league. You're going to win ball games. The question, though, for me, for the Yankees, that's why I don't have them as my World Series pick, is because of their pitching. Will Tanaka come around? Will the rest of their staff come around? A lot of these guys on their staff, they're getting up there. Sabathia, the rest of them. So I don't know if they're going to hold it through. An MLB season's a long time.
Yep.
Injuries could come and go, but right now their offense is one of the most powerful in the league.
Yeah, I think they overachieved last year with a much less talented roster. Now they're even more stacked. Yeah. I think they're going to be fine.
A proud, proud tradition there, the Pinstripes, and we're going to transition to a franchise in the NFL that has a proud tradition, right? A lot of history. But they weren't great a couple years ago, and now all of a sudden, they're getting really good, and a lot of it is what they're doing in the offseason. Of course, we're talking about the team that plays right there, just like a block away, the Los Angeles Rams. Guys, these acquisitions that they've now brought in, Marcus Peters and Ndamukong Suh, are they the best defense in the league at this point, Trevor?
I think so. I think on paper, this is the most talented defense that you'll see on an NFL field. They still have some holes at the pass rusher and linebacker spots, but I think that can be addressed in the draft with their first-round pick. But Marcus Peters, everyone's going to be talking about Ndamukong Suh and kind of lost in the shuffle as the 2 defensive backs they got. But Marcus Peters is an absolute stud. He just always knows where the football is. 19 interceptions in his first 3 years in the league. I think he's the biggest difference maker on this team. He makes them a Super Bowl contender.
I got a follow-up there, though, because obviously Marcus Peters, you also mentioned the other corner. That's Aqib Talib.
Yes.
Big personalities. Keith, is that maybe an issue in the locker room?
Here's what I'll say. Nothing calms down strife in the locker room like winning. So I think if the team is winning, I don't see any problems with these egos. And egos are a part of the NFL. McVay, he proved last year that he can calm everybody down, focus on winning, and right now I think that this defense is one of the most talented in the league, although Alec Ogletree, a big loss. He's playing with the Giants right now.
With the Giants now. I completely agree with you in most aspects of what you said, but I do think egos could be an issue on this team. You have Ndamukong Suh, a guy who's been suspended multiple times for transgressions against other players after the whistle. Yeah. Then you have Aqib Talib, who's had some character issues, and then Marcus Peters, issues in a different way.
Right.
A lot of the Kansas City fans were upset that he knelt for the national anthem. But when you get all of these different personalities, all of these sort of divisive guys in the same locker room, I am a bit concerned that they can hold it together for an entire season.
And especially in Los Angeles, they got the limelight going.
Lots of distractions. A lot of distractions,
but I think ultimately the talent is going to take them far because this is a team that's loaded offensively, and when the defense doesn't have much pressure, I think it's going to be a good situation.
Keith, I'm very much with you on the Alec Ogletree thing, the quarterback of the defense. Will they fill that middle linebacker spot in the draft? Uh-oh, Keith, who you got the Rams taking in your mock draft? Let's check it out. Keith is always locked in with Oliver Carralla, Mock Draft 1.0. Take a look and a listen.
We're here in the green room breaking it down, the NFL mock draft. Keith the Motor, Oliver Carralla. Oliver, let's go through the picks firstly. Who do you have?
All right.
Top 10.
I'm very excited to go through this. So here we go. My favorite prospect in this draft for quarterback, Josh Rosen out of UCLA. I think he's going to Cleveland first overall. Following him up, Sam Darnold, our golden boy here at USC. We all know and love him. You got a third QB, Baker Mayfield, out of Oklahoma, Heisman winner last year, going to the New York Jets. Saquon Barkley, top running back in the draft, one of the top running back prospects in recent memory, really. He's going to go to Cleveland as well. Josh Allen, Wyoming quarterback, he's got a big arm. John Elway at Denver, GM, loves that stuff, so I could see him going to Denver, definitely. Bradley Chubb, my top defensive player in the draft here. He's going to go to Indianapolis and help out their struggling defense a little bit. Quentin Nelson, the guard from Notre Dame, one of the best guard prospects we've seen in a long time. He's going to go to Tampa Bay. Minka Fitzpatrick, Alabama, secondary, help out Chicago. Harold Landry, pass rusher from Boston College, he's going to go to San Francisco, and really, I think he's going to be the finishing touch that their defense needs to be really competitive. And then finally here we got Roquan Smith going to Oakland. He's a much-needed linebacker for their core that's been kind of depleted as of late, and I think he's going to be a big asset to their defense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Here's
So,
what I'll
what
say.
do you got?
We got some of the same picks. I don't have Mayfield in the top 10.
Yeah.
He's a great prospect,
I
but I don't think he's top 10 worthy, honestly. So I got Sam Darnold number 1, Josh Rosen number 2. We kind of swap picks right there.
I see, yeah.
But then I say Saquon Barkley goes third to the Jets. We'll get to that in a little bit. Then Bradley Chubb to Cleveland. They go the top defensive player in the draft. Quentin Nelson at 5 to the Broncos. Then I got Denzel Ward to the Colts. Minka Fitzpatrick to the Bucks. Cortland Sutton, I says, he goes
first receiver off the board.
First receiver off the board, I say he goes to the Bears, and they need some help there. Roquan Smith, flip a pick right there. He goes to 9 to the Niners, and then I have Josh Jackson, who there's been some speculation saying that he's not great, considering his combine numbers.
First-year starter and all that stuff, but he's a real ball hawk, and I think it would be great in Oakland.
So I want to talk a little bit about the quarterbacks. You have
Definitely,
Mayfield going to the Jets. I don't see that happening, considering that they just picked up a quarterback in Bridgewater.
I like Bridgewater a lot. He had a really great season 2 years ago with the Minnesota Vikings. They went 11-5, won the NFC North title. But honestly, I don't think he's going to be that good. There's still some question marks about his horrific leg injury he suffered last year. So I think Baker Mayfield's a fantastic quarterback prospect. Any team would be lucky to have a guy like him. So I could definitely see him going to the Jets. So I got 4 QBs, going in the top 5 here. And you've only got 2 on your board.
Indeed.
You don't feel as good about some of these other guys like Josh Allen and Baker Mayfield, do you think? Or is it just that much confidence?
I think Josh Allen, he's a project, clearly. And Wyoming,
definitely.
Very close to Denver, so there's kind of that market value right there. But I see more of a need for Denver right now on their offensive line. And especially considering the fact that they recently just brought in a quarterback in Case Keenum. So I don't think that they really need a guy right now to be a project. Short-term contract, be as it may. Saquon Barkley right now for the Jets. I think he's what they need.
Yeah.
They already have McCown. They already have Bridgewater. Clearly there's talent there. And then a pick I want to mention real quick, Cortland Sutton for the Bears. The Bears, I think they have it all offensively, but they need those wide receivers. They're kind of lacking in the vertical game. They need to give Mitch Trubisky some help.
Yeah, they've got a young quarterback, and he needs all the weapons he can get. So you had Barkley going at 3. I am going down at 4 here to Cleveland. Now, here, Cleveland is really, in my opinion, the most interesting team in this draft because they can go with so many angles with this 4th pick. They're definitely going to get their favorite QB off the board here, number 1. I have them taking Rosen, you have them taking Darnold. I think both are very viable options. But here I have them getting the other best offensive weapon in the draft, Saquon Barkley. You got them taking Chubb. You think they need to beef up their defense a little bit more? Or?
I think their defensive line, once they have, imagine, Chubb and Garrett.
Oh, yeah.
That is scary. That is some scary stuff. I think that could take them over the top right now because their offense, I see, already has plenty of weapons with big old Sammy D.
Yeah, they got a really fantastic pair of linebackers behind them, too. Jamie Collins and Christian Kirksey. Big fan of what they're doing there in Cleveland.
So last year we missed some picks. Let's see if this year we make some picks. For Oliver Caralla, I'm Keith DeMolder saying we'll take it back to the show, folks.
Back to you guys.
Very intriguing. All right, the mock draft. Keith, anything you feel like you need to explain a little bit more?
Well, I'll say number 8, that pick to the Bears, Cortland Sutton. Some people, very bold, but he is a beast athletically. And I think right now the Bears, they've had a lot of injuries. Kevin White, was supposed to be that number 1 guy. Hasn't shown that thus far. I think Sutton is going to be that guy that really takes Trubisky to MVP level.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Not a great class for receivers. So I could see Sutton getting pushed up a little bit, but not to 8. No chance there. Bold calls from the DeMolder Boulder.
Bold calls. We'll see if the SMU wideout, big, talented, speedy, all those things. We'll see if he can become the next OBJ. That's right. Odell Beckham Jr. stealing headlines these days. Some people are saying these reports coming in, maybe he'll be traded for a couple of first-round picks. Are you buying or selling that idea?
I'm buying it, and I think it's because I'm just listening to what the Giants have said. Their management has said that he is not untouchable and that he could be dealt. They're clearly sending a message to him come contract negotiations time, but they're making it known that no one on the roster is untouchable, including Odell Beckham. And I think if they get the right offer, maybe a first-round pick paired with a second-round pick, I think I could see the Giants saying yes.
Whoa. I'm going to have to sell on it just because they already had the number 2 overall pick. When you have Josh Rosen, a guy for the future, you have your top receiver. Who are you going to get for him? A couple of picks? Are you going to pick a receiver with that pick? I mean,
yeah, but think about having to pay a guy like Odell Beckham.
That's true.
They're building towards the future. They want salary space.
Who else is the best receiver in the league right now?
I agree that he's among the best receivers.
I think he is the best
receiver. I can still see the Giants moving him.
I don't think he's replaceable right now. I don't think there's a single guy in the league that can catch touchdowns and can stretch the field like Odell Beckham Jr.
It's hard to think of another one. There are a few. There are Julio, there's Antonio, but you as the viewer get to decide who is your number 1 receiver. We'll have to wait and see on OBJ. Now, a guy that's very polarizing in the draft. Some people think he's not tall enough. Some people think this, that, and the other is Baker Mayfield. Baker going early, and I mean early. We're talking top 10 pick on this kid out of OU. Buy or sell, Trevor?
Oh, I'm definitely buying that. And I love Baker Mayfield. I think he had a stellar career at Oklahoma, won a Heisman, of course, in his senior year. But guys like Drew Brees and Russell Wilson, Baker can thank them because they paved the way for short quarterbacks to succeed in the NFL. He will get a chance because of what they've done. I could see the Broncos picking him at as early as 5.
Wow.
Yep, especially if Josh Allen and Rosen and Darnold are already off the board.
Wow.
I don't buy it, but I don't also sell it. I'll take it with a payment plan. How about that? We'll put it on layaway.
It's a push.
Because Baker Mayfield, you're right. He does have top 10 ability, but I don't see a team in the top 10 right now that is deserving of a quarterback, that really needs a quarterback other than the Browns and other than the Giants. The Jets, I think, we'll get to them in a little bit. I don't think they get a quarterback. But I think what we could see is maybe the Cardinals trade up. Right now, they're at 15. I think they maybe trade up and pick Mayfield. Maybe they trade with Denver at the 5 spot.
Yeah.
Denver right now, they already have their franchise guy. I don't know. I don't really see him being a top 10 guy.
Who's Denver's franchise guy?
Well, that's
Trevor Siemian.
There you go. Well, no, we'll wait and see. Well, they bring in Case Keenum, but we'll have to wait and see with Denver what they do there. Really, though, Baker's a guy that's polarizing. Some people are not sure if he's going to thrive in the league. Very accurate. A guy that no one's questioning the talent is Saquon Barkley. It's just the demand for quarterbacks. So Saquon at number 1, buy or sell?
I'm selling this. The talent is there, but when you're a team like the Browns and you have the Jets trading up, presumably I think to get a quarterback, you have to pull the trigger on getting a quarterback.
Right.
You can't get a running back. And I still don't know. You've had guys like Ezekiel Elliott, Leonard Fournette, and Todd Gurley come into the league and really make an impact as rookies. But I still don't know if there's enough value at the running back position to warrant a number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, I'm completely with you there. I think Sam Darnold is the best player in this draft by far, and his ability to take this franchise that right now, I mean, they have some talented backs on their squad. Obviously, they lose Crowell to the Jets, but I think Saquon, he's a beast. He's such a beast, but not number 1.
You guys have both been mentioning those Jets. Real quick, buy or sell, good idea, moving up to 3, swapping picks with the Colts.
I'm selling on this just because I think all of the good quarterbacks are going to get taken. Not all of the good quarterbacks, but the two guys that are really worth drafting are already going to be gone, and I think that's Rosen and Darnold. So I think they're going to be stuck with someone like Josh Allen, maybe reaching a little bit early for Baker Mayfield. So I'm selling on this idea from the Jets. I think they would have been better off getting someone in free agency besides Teddy Bridgewater with all of those injury concerns.
Keith, real quick.
I'm buying it 100% guaranteed. They get Saquon Barkley. I'm calling it right here.
Wow. All right, there you go.
Bold
Grew up
call.
a Jets fan. Little known fact. So Saquon, there you go. Maybe going to those New York
going
Jets.
with the QB.
We'll be back. Plenty more games and fun here on the Water Cooler. Keep it locked. And welcome back into the water cooler, everybody. We're not really inside today. We're outside. Mother Nature, it feels good. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed our NFL version of buy or sell. Right now, we're talking about something that we're all going to buy, the Masters. We're all going to be locked in. Maybe the 4 best days of the year. It's incredible. Augusta National will be looking pristine. Luis Vidari is running around here on set. He's fired up. All right, guys. Obviously, there is one golfer that is, obviously going to have the crowds following him at every turn.
Sure.
However, there are some other guys that maybe have a lot to prove. Most to prove in Augusta. Keith, I start with you.
I'm going to say most to prove Phil Mickelson.
Okay.
Right now, he's third in the FedEx Cup rankings. He's been playing well at the Houston Open as of right now. A couple of shots back. Right now, he has the most to prove because he's getting up there. And with Tiger stealing the limelight, I think it's going to be Phil who's going to maybe pull through at the Masters.
Wow.
I'm going Rory McIlroy. He hasn't won a major since 2014. He's kind of fallen behind the upper echelon of golfers right now in the post-Tiger prime era. And he really needs a win. He's ranked 7th in the world. He needs a win to put himself back on the map and get himself back into the top golfer in the world conversation.
Well, we got to talk about a guy that was the undisputed, right, in that category, Tiger Woods. I mean, we don't want to bury the lead.
We have to address the Tiger in the room.
We have to address LT grade. That's right. I love it. Trevor Denton, everybody. What are you guys expecting from him? Obviously, everyone's talking about him, but what do you actually expect from his performance, Trevor?
I expect a strong performance. I mean, the bottom line is, for all the talk about Tiger Woods surrounding him, he's playing good golf right now. I mean, he had good finishes in the Honda Classic and the Valspar. I think he's going to make a run. I'm predicting 10 to 15 finish, something to get the fans a little bit excited, but not quite a victory.
Keith, does he win this event, real quick?
I think so.
You think so?
I think this is going to be it.
Wow.
I think he reclaims his spot on the top of the throne. He has the most to lose right now because he has all the hype, all the momentum. He's been playing good golf, as he mentioned.
Yep.
And at Augusta, that's
Quite the
his
story.
place.
Incredible.
That's his place.
Incredible. A big fan of his is our very own Luis Vidari, who's been catching up with some students on their golf knowledge. Check this out.
With Masters Week finally here, Augusta Fever is sweeping the campus. So I thought I'd go around and see how much the Trojan family really knows about golf.
Can you name one professional golfer, past or present?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Let's go with Tiger.
Okay, Tiger.
Woods.
Thank you. All right, can you name one professional golfer, past or present?
Tiger Woods.
There you go, man. Thank you. Any golfer?
Tiger.
Tiger. Can you name one professional golfer, past or present?
Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer. Okay, that's a good one. Thank you.
I'm old.
Here with my advisor, Courtney. Can you tell us one professional golfer, past or present?
Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. We haven't heard that one yet. Thank you.
Okay.
Can you name one professional golfer?
Tiger Woods.
Can you name one professional golfer, past or present?
What's that guy's name? Tiger Woods.
There you go. Can you name one professional golfer, past or present?
Yeah. Tiger Woods.
Can you name one professional golfer?
So Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods, good one. Yeah, easy. You look like you know a lot about professional golf. Can you name one active golf player?
I can name a few. Jordan Spieth, hot. Rory McIlroy, hot. Dustin Johnson, hot. Tiger Woods,
So what we learned today, Tiger Woods may not have the looks of Jordan Spieth or Rory McIlroy, but he does have the support of pretty much the entire Trojan family. So we'll see how he fares this weekend at Augusta. Reporting from the USC campus, Water Coolers Golf Insider, Luis Vidal.
In life and in sports, sometimes there are blanks, and all that you got to do is you got to fill them in. That's right. It's time for Fill in the Blank, one of our favorite segments. All right, guys. So we're filling in blanks, and we're looking at the 76ers. Markelle Fultz returning after a 68-game absence and looking kind of good. So Fultz's return makes the Sixers blank.
The same. I don't think Fultz really moves the needle for the 76ers. I think Embiid's injury is going to be huge. You might be talking about that. Don't want to take that from you. But Fultz, he had a nice debut of the season, scored 10 points. But I'm still concerned about his shot, his jumper. I'm not sure he's actually going to do much for this team in the playoffs besides playing maybe 10 to 15 minutes a game.
I'm going to say this makes them conference contending. Not title contending, but conference contending.
Got it.
They're hot right now. We don't know how long Embiid's going to be out, but when he comes back, this team is going to be dangerous. Simmons is on fire, and Fultz right now, he's proving that it's much more than just his shot, really. It's about passing. It's about rebounding. Playing good defense, he can do all of those.
Stay in the association. The Golden State Warriors without Steph are blank.
Fine. Everyone needs to relax on this one a little bit. They still have 3 other All-NBA All-Stars.
Casual.
The Warriors are going to be fine. They're going to be fine in the playoffs too.
I'm going to say shaken and maybe a little stirred.
Wow.
Maybe a little stirred.
Wow.
Not too much, though, because Steph Curry, they don't know if he's even going to be back for the start of the playoffs, let alone maybe the first round, second round. He's had a lot of injury, and right now, that's their guy, especially in the postseason. I don't know if Draymond is really going to be the point guard to try and take them to the finals, but I'm going to say they're a little stirred right now, having him not on the court as much as they have.
I think in the playoffs, guys like Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant are really going to step up and take on that leadership role. And I think Kerr realizes that they need to step up and they're going to make some changes. They're going to be fine.
From more basketball to more basketball to more basketball. Here we go. The Timberwolves in the playoffs are blank.
I think they're limping into the playoffs. I kind of moved the blank around in that sentence a little
no problem.
bit.
You can do that.
But they're limping into the playoffs. I mean, I know Karl Anthony Towns scored 56 points on my poor Hawks the other night. But the thing is, they're 5-6 in March. They've lost to a lot of playoff teams in that time. They've proven that they're not really a contender. They've lost to Golden State over that span. They've lost to Philadelphia. They lost to Portland. And they even lost to Memphis, one of the worst teams in the NBA. Without Jimmy Butler in this lineup, they're not really. They don't have it all together. I think they're still lacking enough lethal shooters, three-point shooters, to make a run in the playoffs.
I say that right now, Timberwolves are dangerous because of Karl Anthony Towns. Right now, shooting 44% from deep, 21 points, 12 rebounds, and a block per game. The way that they're clicking right now, obviously, they lost to Portland, but Portland's a good team. Got to give Damian Lillard some credit.
Sure.
I think right now the way that they're all kind of meshing together, I think they're dangerous.
I just think it's a little bit concerning when you play that many high caliber playoff teams in the month of March, right heading into the playoffs, and you really don't come up with a win against any of them. Lost to Boston as well.
Kept it close though. Kept it close.
I would have loved to have seen a couple of wins, and then it's like, okay, maybe this team has something, but I'm not seeing it yet.
Okay.
I don't think they're there. I think they're a couple years off.
Next blank to fill in here. I'm with you. Next blank to fill in here. Eastern Conference favorite right now, end of March, is blank.
Sure. Raptors. I'm going with the team with the best record. They remind me a lot of the 2014-15 Hawks in that they're not getting a lot of attention. Everyone wants to talk about Kyrie Irving and the Celtics or LeBron and the Cavs, but all the Raptors have done in the meantime is win. They're 55-20. DeMar DeRozan, I've talked a lot about him on this show, his improvements this year. His scoring is down, but his efficiency is way up. I really like the way they're playing basketball right now. They play it as a team.
I'm going to have to disagree with you. The Boston Celtics right now are the Eastern Conference favorite, and here's why. Terry Rozier, in spite of not having Kyrie, he has been unbelievable. They've won 5 in a row over Utah, Portland, and Oklahoma City, some of the top teams in the league, especially Portland, team that can score. And then we're seeing 2 of the best young players in the NBA, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Amazing.
Brown hitting a huge game-winning shot the other night in Utah. All right, last one here for these blanks. We love them. Clippers finish blank in the West.
8th. I think they're making the playoffs.
All right.
Lou Will puts his team on his back. I really like this team. I like them because they don't have a clear-cut superstar, kind of like the Raptors. Well, I guess the Raptors have DeRozan. But they don't have a clear-cut superstar without Blake Griffin. They're sort of a hodgepodge of different kinds of players. But they found a way to win a lot of games this year. They've been impressive. I think they make the playoffs.
I think they just miss. I think they go 9th because there's too much talent in the West right now. A lot of teams starting to get hot. And Lou Williams, he was going off early in the year, not as hot, a little bit inconsistent. I say they go 9th and miss.
Lou Williams, Terry Rozier. We really share the love here. We share the
we
rock.
love the bench.
We love it. Love the bench. Love these prolific scorers. All right, guys. We've got plenty more. Plenty more. Don't go anywhere. 8.1. Keep it locked. .1, 8.1. Hey, Los Angeles, what do you say? Water coolers on 8.1. Welcome back into the water cooler, everybody. Guys, what'd you think of the Winter Olympics?
It was a good time. It was a good time.
Reestablished my faith in sports, honestly.
All right, nice. Yeah, I enjoyed them as well, but you know, we've been thinking here on the cooler. We have some ideas, you know, to pitch to the IOC, some new sports. Our senior mountain correspondent has more. Check this out.
Hi, I'm Mountain Dan here for the water cooler. After watching the 2018 Winter Olympic Games in South Korea, we decided that every Winter Olympic sport is boring and just a different form of sliding. So we're here at beautiful Big Bear Lake to make our pitch to the IOC that snowball dueling is the next big thing to hit the Winter Olympics. Join us, won't you? Our first contestant, Chris Cheshire. Whoever said white men can't jump? Next we got our snow angel, John Marcus. And with the devil in his eyes, it's Eduardo. And me, Mountain Dan. The rules, of course, are very simple. Each competitor will start back-to-back at the beginning line, packing their snowball. Once each competitor has finished packing their snowball, they will stand up and take 10 paces in opposite directions. Each competitor will then take their snowball, turn around, and fire it at the other competitor. If one competitor is hit, they're out. The other competitor who is not hit would then move on to the next round. If, of course, in the event of a tie, the winner will be determined by a trustworthy judge. Let the games begin. If they start kissing, you owe me $1. I'll raise that to 10. Honestly, I'll raise that to 10 right now. And it begins. The gentlemen take their places, gripping that snowball tight like a mother's hand. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A throw 10. By John Marcus and a miss by John Marcus. Eduardo comes back with a brutal hit to the ribs. It's me versus Chris. Don't mind what you just saw there. Oh, did he actually just eat that? Let's dance, pretty boy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And it's a beautiful hit by Dan. And Chris Cheshire, ladies and gentlemen, really a valiant effort on that one. And the judge looks on like nothing happened.
So Dan, tell me, going into this final, what are you focusing on? What's important to you?
Well, you know, at the end of the day, I'm a team player. You know, it's not a team sport, but I just want people to know that I'm a team player.
So let me ask you, the last round there was a fatality. How do you feel about killing Chris?
What?
So Ed, I have to ask you, before this big match, what are you thinking? What's going through your head right now?
Well, Cole, I'm at a natural disadvantage because Dan blends in with the snow, so I'm kind of shooting blind.
It's time for me to get ready. I'm doing my best stretches. And Ed, He's a strong guy. We come face to face.
Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
The final begins. It's a miss. It's a miss. It's a miss again. Is this horrible throwing or beautiful dodging? It's another miss. It's a miss.
Dan, where are you going? What are you doing? How are you feeling?
Well, a successful day out here in the first ever Olympic snowball duel. I was mostly successful because I came away with the win, but you know, we can't all be winners here, of course, at the Olympics. For the water cooler, this is Mountain Dan signing out. Have a great day, everyone.
I mean, that's phenomenal stuff. There's no other way of putting it. We are now joined by Mountain Dan. Dan, congrats on the gold medal.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I was just updating my Prezi account. How, you know, you gotta hustle what you love, and I love the mountain. I'm still here out in Big Bear Mountain, you know, sporting some shorts because, you know, summer's coming up, so gotta get the body ready. But yeah, you know, coming away with the win, you know, just gotta bring it home for the family, who are a pack of wolves. So, you know, just a good team effort. As I said, I'm a team player, and that team is me. So,
Mountain Dan.
Yes.
What was the biggest challenge that you faced?
You know, I don't face many challenges. I think the biggest challenge, you know, is the person I see in the mirror in the morning. And I wake up and there's no competition except for, you know, just the guy I'm staring at. And I see that, and I'm all just about beating records. Luckily, those records happen to be set by me. So, you know.
Where did you come up with the idea for that pine cone drill? Seems to really improve your dexterity.
Yeah, well, I think I have an advantage where the other competitors didn't grow up in the mountain. So I did. The pine cone trick is one that my grandfather taught me. And so, yeah, just tradition. And, oh, okay. So I'm being told I'm taking up too much time. As is per usual, the camera loves me. So back to you guys outside, not in the mountain. Mountain Dan signing out.
Mountain Dan, thanks for taking a couple minutes out of your day, your celebratory day, to talk to us about taking home the hardware. Keep it locked here on The Cooler. Plenty more coming your way. Welcome back. We are luxuriating in the great outdoors here, just having a phenomenal time.
You know, I don't like that Mountain Dan guy. He reminds me a lot of Tom McGinty.
Isn't that weird?
Yes. We all know how I feel about Tom McGinty.
It's really strange,
Yeah,
right?
it is strange. It's uncanny.
Similarities. It's uncanny.
uncanny.
Different people too. That's what's just mind-boggling about it all. We did fill in the blank earlier. Let's circle back real quick, guys. Fill in the blank. What is sweeter than Sister Jean?
Anything else?
Whoa!
Are you anti-Sister Jean?
I'm sorry. Wow, it is a prop. Right now, it is an embarrassment to the city of Chicago.
No. Okay.
There is
All right,
nothing in the
Trevor,
world sweeter than Sister Jean.
That's the right
and
answer.
You, sir.
Nothing in the world. That's correct, Trevor.
That is
Good
ridiculous.
stuff.
That's ridiculous.
Wow. We're
abomination.
gonna move on after that. Let's do some office pool. All right. It's that time. Let's hit it. All right, guys. Sister Jean and Loyola Chicago taking on Michigan. Big Final Four game. Trevor, I start with you.
I love this Loyola team, but I think this is where the magic runs out. I've got Michigan winning this game. They've won 13 in a row, dating back to before the Big Ten championship, which they also won, another tournament they won, and they're playing great basketball right now.
Right now, Loyola, they just don't have enough. As Trevor mentioned, they have the worst offensive rebound percentage in the nation, and then going up against a big team like Michigan, I say they lose once again.
It's going to be really tough, especially if Mo Wagner also starts to find his stroke from downtown. Hasn't been hitting from long range, but you got to love Michigan. Then again, an 11 seed that has proven a lot of people wrong in the process.
No one could ever take that away from them. It's been an incredible run.
Incredible run. Magical, we might even say. All right, to take nothing away from that game, I feel like maybe the headliner here is Villanova, Kansas. A game that will feel probably a lot like Kansas against Duke. Kind of will feel like a national championship in its own right. It's a shame that one of these teams has to go out before the championship game. But Trevor, who you got?
This is a heavyweight fight. This feels like a big heavyweight boxing match almost. But I'm going to go with Villanova, and that's because of their efficiency. Both teams are 8-1 against top 32 teams, so neither one's going to be scared of the moment. They're both going to be ready. It's going to be a very close, down-to-the-wire game, but ultimately it's going to be Villanova's three-point shooting that's going to propel them to a victory.
I think for me, it's really about how Kansas can't really hit at the free throw line. I think that they've proven a little bit inconsistent as well. Villanova, they've had big wins over big squads. They really haven't been tested if you look at their wins in the tournament. Kansas, they went to overtime against Duke, and then it was an 80-76 win over Clemson. So a lot of teams have kept it close with Kansas. Villanova, you can't say the same.
So give me your championship game preview then, and who wins it all?
I think it's going to be Villanova winning it all. Their offense was one of the best in the nation through and through. As you mentioned, three-point percentage be as it may. I think they win it all.
All right.
I'm going to go Michigan over Villanova. Wow. I like the way Michigan is playing right now. I like that they're the hottest team in the nation, in my opinion. That's what I tend to go with in March. You know, which team has been playing better for a longer period of time, and it's got to be Michigan since they haven't won for like a month. I mean, they haven't lost in like a month.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, I'm going to go with Kansas. I'm going to go with Rock Chalk. Interesting. I think they have the pieces. Certain player, teasing it, playing at a very high level. Tournament MVP. We're leading right into it. Who you guys got? Best player of the tourney?
Xavier Simpson, a guy that maybe won't score a ton of points, but he's been playing a complete game. In 4 games, he's had 39 points, 8 turnovers, 11 steals, a block, 18 assists, 20 rebounds. In his past 2 games, he's 9 for 16 from the field. Having just 8 turnovers is fantastic. 11 steals as well. 6 in 1 game. Very impressive.
Amazing. Trevor, I don't know about you. Every time I watch Michigan, I just say the same 3 words. 3 can dish. Of course, talking about Simpson. Incredible passer. But you got someone else here?
Oh, I've got Malik Newman.
Sure.
I've got Malik Newman. Is that who you were insinuating?
Oh yeah, of
earlier?
course. Yeah.
He was the 3rd leading scorer on the Jayhawks in the regular season, but in the tournament, he's really stepped up and become their leader, their offensive leader, averaging 21.8 points per game in the tournament. Can't argue with those numbers.
Right.
Newman's going to take it home.
Love it. Yeah, I was tossing it up to you, my fellow Atlantan, to just knock it out of the park.
I'm a finisher.
Like Ronald Acuna. Tying in opening day talk, the Atlanta Bravos.
Yeah.
Unbelievable team. All right, so we've got all of there. I'm with you on Newman. We had to tease it. We had to talk about it. But tell you what, I picked Kansas. We've got different picks, Nova, things like that. But sometimes you don't win your bracket. Sometimes you downright lose your bracket.
I lost my bracket this year. I think I'm in the negative percentiles. It's pretty bad.
Keith, what about you? Are we down there?
Yeah,
way down there?
I had Virginia go into my Final Four in essentially all my brackets.
You hate to hear that.
Yeah, that was not a fun night, especially watching Twitter.
I don't think I've ever had a good bracket. Maybe I just don't know that much about sports. It's possible.
I don't think anyone did well this year, though.
It's
I think
tough.
Oliver's about to win ours, and he had UVA winning it all. Explain that one to me.
That's all you need to know there.
That's all you need to know there. All right, we've got a lot more on the madness, and by that I mean when you lose your bracket, sometimes you have to do stuff that's outlandish, that's crazy, that's not that fun. The water cooler zone, correspondence. Check this out, bracket punishments.
Thanks, Josh. We're on campus interviewing people to see what the losers of their March Madness bracket have to do.
The person in last place has to do the laundry of the person who won the bracket for 2 months.
The loser actually has to ask out their crush. They have to swim 10 laps in the Leafy Fountain.
Wow, and how close are you to winning or losing?
I'm definitely going to lose. I had UMBC winning the whole tournament, so.
Do you watch sports?
No.
We have to carry around a pink rolling backpack for a week.
The loser has to swallow a goldfish live.
Ooh.
If you lose, you have to get a lip tattoo, so it's gonna suck a lot. I'd have to say a lip tattoo and it just says loser on it.
Oof. It's kind of rough.
The loser of my March Madness bracket has to streak down Truesdale.
And how close are you to losing?
Well, I had Arizona going all the way, and they got upset big time pretty early on. So,
well, I guess we'll be seeing Lauren streaking down Truesdale.
Look forward to it.
They have to recreate a portion of the Nicki Minaj Anaconda video.
I have a bracket. It's just me and my twin brother, and I have to stick my head in a bee's nest if I lose.
Was not expecting that. And who's winning at the moment?
My brother.
That's really concerning. With all these crazy bets, it seems like we have a lot to look forward to on campus. Back to you, Josh.
Still not over it. Still enjoying it. Welcome back.
Beautiful.
Amazing. The great outdoors. It's getting nicer out.
Only thing I don't like about the outdoors is that's where Mountain Dan lives.
Hey, Sheryl Crow said it best. You got to soak up the sun sometimes.
Sheryl Crow quote. Wow.
Terry Rozier, Sheryl Crow. There's got to be a big three. There's another name. Might be Brandon
Jeff
Whedon.
Driscoll.
Oh, you stole Brandon Whedon from me. You stole the Brandon Whedon. Oh my God.
The 404, always on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to
6,
say.
7, 8.
6, 7, 8 guy?
That guy. USC basketball, it happened this season. There was a lot going on.
It did happen.
A lot of off-the-court stuff. Just fell short, one of those first 4 out teams of the madness. But the NIT, it also happened. Nothing crazy to report on there. But Keith, there's a coaching hire now that's kind of rejuvenated, that's reinvigorated, that's excited some people. What more can you tell us about the new guy on campus, and also maybe some people who are related to him?
Yes. Yeah. So the new coach for USC assistant is Eric Mobley, a former AAU coach, and his sons Isaiah and Eric. Oh man,
yeah,
unbelievable. They're graduating in a couple years. So we got Isaiah. He's going to be graduating in 2019, and then 2020 for the younger son. Fantastic players. It's a great hire, in my opinion, because it brings this AAU connection, and that's really the name of the game in preps basketball right now. Who do you know from the AAU circuit? And if we're able to get the Mobley brothers potentially at USC, game changer.
Oh,
yeah.
They'll get the Mobley brothers. And, I'm not too sure about this. It seems a little sketchy to me that we just had a coach by the name of Tony Bland who was arrested by the FBI for charges of bribery. And I understand that technically hiring a coach and then getting his sons as recruits is it's not against NCAA rules, but it sort of sketches me out a little bit, because that's clearly what this hire is about. He has no college coaching experience. He doesn't have any coaching experience outside of AAU. So they're not getting him for his basketball acumen. They're clearly just hiring for his sons, and I'm not sure how good I feel about that.
So maybe that aside, just for the moment, let's go with the present and the immediate past. USC's 2017-18 season in review. What's the state of USC hoops right now?
I think it's rough. I think it's very rough. The roster is going to look a little bare next year. You don't have the senior leadership of Elijah Stewart or Jordan McLaughlin. You don't have the high potential guys like Chumezi Metu and Benny Boatwright anymore. Those guys are clearly gone. So what's left? That's kind of my question. You have Jordan Usher, Jonah Matthews, but I don't think that's enough to really make them Pac-12 contenders. I think it's going to be a really rough couple of years going forward.
I disagree. I think it's going to be USC in good shape next year. Not great shape, not top 10 shape, but in good shape. They have Jonah Matthews, who's a bona fide star. They have Derek Thornton, who is one of the top recruits in the nation, now being able to lead this team.
Not sold on him.
Shaquan Aaron and Shaquan Aaron and Jordan Usher, they're two very physical guys, and if you roll with them, the starting four, and then Nick Rakocevic, who's added this unbelievable post game. We saw him in the NIT, absolutely dominant inside. He's added some post moves, some outside shooting potentially on his way, but I like what I see from them. They have to get transfers, though, if they're going to be successful.
Yeah, there's not enough there. I don't think there's enough there to succeed in the immediate future.
What do you think about Benny to the draft? Yay or nay?
I think if I was him, I'm getting the heck out of USC. Okay. I hate to say that right in front of my beloved Tommy Trojan, but there's too many issues around the program right now. The longer you stay, maybe more and more of that NCAA allegation stuff comes up. I think it's time for him to leave, move on, and we need a new era of USC basketball, kind of away from all the Tony Bland stuff.
I say he should definitely stay 100%. Right now, he's had multiple injuries that have hobbled him, whether it's the knee, whether it's his foot, whether it's his ankle, things like that. Yeah. And he hasn't played a dynamite season since his freshman year. I think he should come back. He should stay. He's got a lot of physical gifts. And if it's Rakocevic and Benny, that's a recipe for disaster for other teams.
We'll have to wait and see. Boatwright, a great surname. Buckets, an even cooler nickname.
Oh, yes.
That we'll have to wait and see. USC basketball in the books, USC football kind of just getting started up again. Spring ball. All right, guys. Who needs to step up, or who will step up this spring?
I'll give you two names. I really like Bubba Bolden, top recruit from Vegas last year. Played on special teams last year, but this year he'll compete for that starting safety spot left vacated by Chris Hawkins' graduation. Been hearing a lot of good things about him in spring. And then also Yakili Ross, another defensive back who's kind of been in the system for a while, a fan favorite. The coaches love this guy. You know as well as I do. And I think this is going to be the year for him to step up. He had 2 interceptions last year, took both for like at least 30, 40 yards. 2 high upside guys on the secondary.
I'm going to say for me on going defense, but on the defensive line, Olawe Bateku, he's been fantastic, a highly touted recruit, former 5-star, really hasn't showed much considering that D-line was absolutely stacked. But I think this season is going to win, he's going to bust out.
Look out for Stephen Carr too on the offensive side.
And Matter Bebe as well.
Yeah.
Josh
and Dan.
Dan.
Josh has been doing really well in spring practice, despite having a few rough years.
Yeah. Tell me again where the Amateur Bebes are from.
They're from a little county called Gwinnett, right outside of Atlanta.
There you go. Phenomenal.
Gladiators.
So Georgia, the 404, the 770, whatever it is. All right, guys, hey, keep it locked. We got plenty more here on the cooler. Keep it locked on 8.1. We're having a great time outside. We got plants on the table. We don't care. Welcome back. We are outside, and that means that there are variables that we didn't account for. People are cheering. Yep. I think I heard "Glory, Glory, Man United" earlier. We've got flowers falling on the table. We're lowering the shoulder, and we are plowing through the show.
Yeah, it's been a grind, but it's been very rewarding. Anytime I get to spend some time with my good friend in DeMolder Boulder.
Of course, man, of course. Regret the black suit, though. It's very hot.
It's pretty hot.
It is quite toasty, but a beautiful day. It feels like that time. It feels like time for Memos Finales.
Of course.
All right, guys. Dodger Stadium, they had a little sewage issue the other day.
Yeah.
What was our reaction to this? Kind of stinky?
Yeah. Definitely a messy situation there. Hope it's not a sign of things to come this season.
Yeah, it could be a bad omen.
Yeah.
To say the least. I don't know what's with LA and plumbing. We saw Poly Pavilion, a couple years ago.
Yeah, but that was funny.
That was funny.
That was terrifying. USC student television. That was interesting though. Can't imagine being there. How much that reeked.
Yeah.
Hopefully not a sign of things to come for that team. Had a great year last year. Fell just short. Cody Kessler, proud USC alum. Legend. Great career here. Yeah. Of course, was drafted by the Browns a couple years ago, and now is on his way to Saxonville, right? As we know, in a trade with the Jags. So, you look at him from a statistical standpoint. Accurate, one of the most accurate, technically, in Browns franchise history, guys.
Crazy. I can't believe he beat out some illustrious guys like Charlie Fry, Brandon Whedon, Derek Anderson. Yeah, I don't know who those guys are either.
I'm not surprised personally because in college he was captain checkdown. One of the best throwers in SC history, completing almost every single pass, it seemed.
Yeah, it's quite shocking that
They should have kept him longer.
all time in franchise history.
Yeah.
That's rough.
I mean, you've got to filter some results, but
Small sample size.
Yeah. Didn't play a ton of games, but now he's on his way.
I still think he was better than Kaiser. Kaiser had a rough.
Kaiser did have a rough, rough first season in the NFL. All right, Tim Kirchin does great work for the MLB, and recently he didn't exactly know maybe who Kanye was.
As the world's biggest Kanye West fan, I just have no word. I mean, I'm upset. I'm angry. I'm distraught. How do you not know if Kanye is a man or a woman?
Here's what I think. I think Kanye transcends gender. I think that's what he was trying to say.
There you go.
He's not even human, really.
No, I didn't even think about that. That was pretty smart.
Everyone on the desk: John Marcus, Eduardo Serpa, Lauren Marola, Julia here, Josephine Lewis, Carolyn Johnson, Chris Cheshire. I hope I'm getting everybody. Thank you so much, everyone who's making this happen. This is the highlight of, honestly, our college careers, getting to do this. Thank you for all the work that you guys put in. We love it. And we love all the viewers on 8.1. Always keep it locked. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.